I'm never sure whether this is a warning or just helpful instructions, really. This subject is probably like nothing you've ever done. Certainly not at school, and probably not at all similar to many of the subjects that you're going to do as part of your university degree. So I just want to step you through what this subject is about. You're going to be working in a team. This is not the kind of teamwork that you get to it and you think, oh my goodness, this is horrible. You know, we're going to have to divide this up and go away. You're actually going to be working together and working on your team, okay? And that's going to be really important and absolutely essential to this subject and developing some really good skills for you as you go out into your profession, but also throughout the rest of your university life. And generally, students report back that teamwork experience in this subject is really worthwhile. So for the first few weeks, you're going to be getting to understand yourself a bit better. You'll be looking at personality and character strengths. You'll be working with your team right from week one and getting a sense of who they are and how you fit together and how the things that you're good at might fill the gaps for the things that they're not and vice versa. How are you going to operate as a team? And that's really, really important and formational. You're going to have to do that on purpose. This is really about developing your team skills. This is not just about getting you to do a group assignment. This is about you developing your communication skills, your negotiation skills, all of that kind of thing. From there, we're going to walk towards creating an understanding of the community. Each of the workshops has been allocated a community, and you'll actually get to meet a community representative. That community representative has come up with a project brief. Now, these haven't been set yet. I tend to set them in the few weeks before semester. So by the time you watch this, it's probably been set. But you'll find out about that, and then you'll have the opportunity to actually interview that community representative to get a better understanding of what they're chasing, but also to get a better understanding of the community itself. And as a group, you will be working together to develop your understanding of what this community is about. What are its strengths? What are the gaps? How can we improve the health and well-being of this community? How does this project brief sit within the middle of this? You'll meet them, you'll ask lots of questions, you're going to do your own investigation, okay? So you're actually going to be working as a team saying, what don't we know and how are we going to find out, okay? And this is a really good process. I'll work with you and I'll ask you prompt questions that may or may not make you feel uncomfortable at the time so that you can really develop your understanding of the community so that in the next stage you can create some brilliant ideas about how to address the project brief. Okay, because in that final stage, generally the latter half of the semester, there's a bit of flexibility there, the latter half of the semester, you're actually coming up with a whole range of ideas as a group. Okay, in your groups, you'll come up with, 30 odd different ideas. And then together you'll whittle it down. You go, okay, which are our strongest ideas? Which ones are the best? Which ones are the ones that have the most promise? You'll take two of those ideas and develop them a little bit further. You're going to present those fledgling ideas back to the community. The community is going to ask you lots of questions. Those ideas might be horrible, but it's better to find out really early than to find out later on. And so from there, you'll make a decision about which project you're going to create, and then you're going to go away and do a whole bunch of research about how to present this idea and how to convince the community that not only is this a brilliant and fun idea, but that it's going to help them achieve their objectives. You'll be looking at research, you'll be looking at what other people have done, you'll be thinking about the interview that's been done with the community, you'll do your own kind of investigation, you're going to come up with a proposal. Now, that proposal at the end of the semester is going to be an oral presentation, depending on whether you're face-to-face or online, depending on the availability of the community. And you'll be presenting your ideas in a creative way because what you're trying to do is help them to see what you're thinking about. So there's no point just giving a list of dot points if they can't actually envisage what you're talking about. And so I will work with you on your capacity to tell that story and to provide a really convincing account of your idea so that they understand what you're talking about and so that hopefully they can take it on into what they do in the future. And we have in the past had lots of these ideas taken on by communities and they end up running with them. Which is really cool. So the project that you're working on is not hypothetical. You're actually coming up with ideas for a real person in a real community with real needs. And they're looking forward to hearing your ideas. Now, the way that I will work with you is I will work and my co-facilitator will work with you closely. We'll be asking lots and lots of questions and working side by side with you. Obviously, each class ends up having about 5 different project ideas, so we kind of have to work alongside you. But you need to come prepared. You need to know what you need from us. You need to know what you don't know. You need to know ahead of class what you're hoping to achieve. And I'll work with you to develop that. As I say, this is not your standard everyday class. This is a project that you are working on, okay? And that's what makes it really enjoyable and really rich, but it does demand that you come going, okay, this is what we're going to do today. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to getting to know you a little bit in class, and I hope you're looking forward to the process, and certainly looking forward to getting to know your teammates. So get stuck into it. Get these first 3 modules done before the first week of class. That's not as much work as it seems, so that you have an understanding of what you're up for, so that you have some really good questions to ask. Because we will be having a conversation. I will be pointing right at you sometimes and saying, "Hey, what questions have you got?" Okay, looking forward to meeting you. Catch you soon.